Welcome to the patio. Yo, this is T, and boy, do we got a show for y'all tonight. Look, the Titanic is back in the news, and we're not talking about the blockbuster movie. There's some craziness going on over there. Fetterman, did you hear what he said about Juneteenth? Well, he's regretting it. I can tell you that. Hunter Biden's in the news. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but first off, let's talk about the important things. Father Fortenberry. Whoa, that's not Father Fortenberry. Where's Father Fortenberry? There's Father Fortenberry.
I thought you were invisible.
How are you tonight, Father Fortenberry?
I'm good. I'm more after a long week. We're going to the beach next week.
Long week. It's been a month. It's been a long month.
I'm ready to get the hell out of here.
As am I. Let me see. Who is this guy? Oh, there it is. There's DW. What's up, D-Dub?
Jamie, that would have been an awesome way to pitch a diet pill. He goes, Father Fortenberry, and there's like nothing there. It's like, check out our diet pill, guys. It works great. He disappeared.
What's going on, DW? How are you this wonderful morning?
I'm good, man. You had to work late, so I came over here and enjoyed your pool for about an hour and a half. I'm good to go.
Somebody got to work. Somebody got to work for a living.
Somebody got to enjoy your pool.
Speaking of another working man, how are you, Marty Mar?
I'm doing good today, baby.
Hardest working man in show business.
Hey, yesterday they had a bourbon drop, so that means Saturday in Memphis there'll be some more.
Probably
Go
so.
get your bourbon.
Probably so.
Get your bourbon on.
It's only four of us in studio. We got Gary's out and Papa White, who had a hell of a time. If you missed the last show, go listen and watch us. DW's dying to say something. I can see it in his face.
Gary ain't here because he's prepping to rob Buster's since there was a drop.
Look, did y'all see we're in DeSoto County at the stinking hospital?
Who breaks in Buster's, man? That's the best liquor store. Like, leave it alone.
Dude,
leave Buster's alone.
They broke into 81 cars in like 20 minutes at DeSoto Baptist night before last.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
Just wait. They're going to come across the bridge. It's just a matter of time.
They do already at the casino.
Take me to the casino. All right, look, we're going to jump in right now. Let's talk about the Titanic. What you guys heard about what's going on under the sea? And I'm not talking about with Nemo or with SpongeBob or SquarePants.
Probably not a whole lot. That's a little bitty tube.
Man, why don't they get the Little Mermaid to go track that submarine down?
You got time.
So there's a group of people who...
Man, what a sucky situation.
Let me find the right story. A fella has a submarine. And he's charging people $250,000 to take them down to take a look.
Yeah, just like, is he going with them or is he sending them down?
Oh, no, he's piloting them. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play my TikToks because I don't know what I did with the other story.
He believed in it.
Well, I give credit for that. I just sent them down by myself.
But look, so if you're going to go...
$250,000.
But wait till I show you this device.
Titanic.
Look, I think we could build something like this in the backyard in about 2 days. I'm going to play a video of what these guys paid, and he convinced them to go down in.
CEO and founder of OceanGate. Let's take a look at Titan.
He gonna name it Ocean Gate.
Check it out.
So
everything with Gate
sun,
has problems.
This is the only toilet available on a deep diving submersible. Best seat in the house. You can look out the viewport. We put a privacy screen in, turn up the music, and it's very popular. We have our control screen here, our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back. We've taken a completely new approach to the sub design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens. So if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Turn left, turn right.
And they set crisscross applesauce this whole time.
To anybody, and it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around, and super durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case. This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic. We went out in 5 8-day missions.
Oh, he's been out before.
We did about 10 dives to the wreck site of the Titanic, and we did an extra dive on an undiscovered reef that we found. Completely privately funded operation, and we're funded by, we call mission specialists who help support the mission. So they take quite a bit of money to come and join us. Years ago, the Russians took tourists out to the Titanic, and it was just sort of a look and see thing. We really are focusing on the science around it. We want to document.
You can't even look and see. There's one window.
Now, and also try to
they got cameras.
What's bad is it's safer to go with the Russians.
A lot safer. So look.
There you go.
Well, I'm just going to make a video. And it's going to be bigger than that. I probably couldn't even fit in that one. And I'm going to be like, look, for...
it looked like men using an iron lung.
Yeah, for $100,000.
Terry had to strap it on his back like one of them things.
For what? We'll do a discount. We'll do it for $100,000. We'll take you down. And we'll look, here's what we'll do. We'll go to the Mississippi River, put a fake version of the Titanic in the Mississippi River. Take them down there, let them look from afar. You know, it's about perspective.
You better have some good lights on that mother.
There you go.
Yeah, the Mississippi River muddy.
You're going to get eaten by a catfish.
They'll never know.
Look, I mean, this is extremely sad, but it's also extremely stupid.
Stupid.
I'm gonna venture guess everybody on that sub was white.
No, actually, there's an Indian guy.
Okay, I was gonna say because that's some white folk stuff right there.
They're all
That's white
millionaires.
folks.
I tell you what, it's like that's a
That sounds
millionaire
like
problem.
some damn white folks stuff.
I guarantee you, there's no one from Crittenden County that's going to get on that boat and go down and take a look at Titanic. Let's Marty go.
It
Marty.
is sad. man.
No.
It's sad.
I got
But I
another
am
video.
surprised that the guy actually said that they took it out last year and they've actually been down there. That thing's deep.
You know, the military
Oh
subs.
yeah, they can't even.
No, they can't. No,
They don't go that deep.
no, they can't.
No, it's
But did y'all hear about?
freakishly deep.
Did y'all hear about the millionaire stepson that was on board? The millionaire's on board. His stepson had tickets to like Blink 182 or something. He's well, I can't really. They won't give him money back for my tickets, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the concert.
Well,
And
I
then-
mean, you can't do nothing for him down there. You
Then
might as well
to top
go.
it off, this OnlyFans actress, I guess is what you
Yeah.
call him. She tweeted to him, said, "You want me to come sit on your face, make you feel better?" He said, "Just smiley face, come on." So
He
that's dude.
Maybe he's just heartbroken.
But it's a stepson, right? Nah, he don't care.
All right, check this out. This is hilarious. So this guy, he said, I wonder what the submarine crew is going through.
Do they have a crew?
One person, two people.
Dude, that's so wrong.
That's the end of Titanic, isn't it? After he dies, or after she dies.
That submarine didn't look nowhere near that size.
No, but that's what they're taking the
Oh, they're joining them. Huh?
yeah. So for you, those of you listening on podcast, you really ought to watch this on YouTube and like us. But it's basically the closing scene of Titanic. And
Just so y'all know, I can't take credit for this because I can't remember where I saw it from, but Titanic is about a movie about a woman who got such good D that she thought about it for 90 years and reminisced about it.
Is it really, or was it a boat accident?
No, the whole thing is her remembering.
I think y'all are overthinking it. I like the movie.
I did. Now you,
Nobody liked Jamie's joke. That's a rarity right there.
I know, but no, I thought it was like that's a good point. It wasn't my joke. I can't take credit for it, but
How's it feel to lose?
I'm used to it.
How old was she, Jamie?
90 something, wasn't she?
But she thought about
When did she start?
She thought about Leonardo for the next 80 years or whatever.
Well, you probably would too.
You would draw you like a pretty girl, a French girl, whatever it was.
Still,
It's
my
Leonardo.
favorite, one of my favorite memes is Mike Tyson, and the lady says, "Draw me a bath," and he draws a bass fish. That's still my favorite.
Now look, debate time. We all know that he could fit on that piece of board she was on, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. At least you could take turns.
I'd have been climbing myself up there. Would have turned that thing over 3 or 4
Yeah.
times. We'd have both been
I'd
wet.
be like, look, you can get in the middle or you can get in the water. You decide.
Talk about another. We're going to talk about Hunter Biden in a minute, but first, since we talked about Juneteenth the other day, I got to talk a little bit about John Fetterman. You know, that's the
let me
big
say
lumber
something about
dude.
Juneteenth. Something I want to bring up that's been
Okay.
in my crawl the last 2 days. I've seen on TikTok a lot of black people saying, complaining because white people got off work for Juneteenth. Yeah, so my issue with that is now counting both sides, over 600,000 people died for slavery, to end slavery. Slavery didn't end on a whim. So I think white people probably deserve the right to have a day off too over it. If you're going to celebrate the ending of slavery,
Look, I think the less people work, the better off we are. So let's all take a holiday.
I agree with that, but I think it's not a good holiday.
I don't have to work tomorrow. It's Don Eath.
It's something else too. I think it could be
DW
like
Day.
DW
the
Day.
day Emancipation Proclamation was signed would probably be a better holiday.
Yeah, I think
Because slavery didn't
but it
end.
doesn't sound as cool as Juneteenth.
It doesn't. But slavery didn't end then.
Yeah, it's your white privilege that thinks you deserve to be off for
That's
Juneteenth.
right.
I think I deserve to be off for Kwanzaa and everything.
It's a national holiday. You ought to be off.
Yeah, to be
That's
off.
right.
So let's talk
Kwanzaa,
about
that's the dude from Notre Dame or whatever. The hump on his back.
Just Kwanzaa Moto.
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa Moto.
Senator John Fetterman. Let's listen. Oh, never mind. He ain't talking about it. I thought dude was going to talk about it. Let's see if this dude's talking.
You got a different hoodie on.
He got a hell of a hoodie collection.
Oh, it's just talking about it.
It looks kind of like that one boxer, that heavyweight boxer.
All right, so what
Butterbean?
No, not Butterbean. What's that dude's name? And he's
The British dude.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
He is the one that
I can't remember.
he looks like Butterbean though.
So, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, a.k.a. Frankenstein, was mocked for a Juneteenth Twitter post by users referencing a 2013 incident in which the then mayor of Braddock pursued an unarmed black man with a shotgun. So, I guess since he's liberal, he can do that, right? He says, I did what I thought was appropriate at the time. I don't have any regrets now. It was just a very confusing and scary situation. So, he basically said he was scared of black folks. He chased a man with a shotgun.
Oh, Fetterman?
Fetterman. This was back before when he.
Do y'all really think he
did
needed a shotgun to scare somebody?
He believes in guns.
Apparently so, but could you imagine him storming after you?
I don't think he storms really anywhere.
Okay.
He kind of lumbers, I would guess.
So he told the story.
Drags
He
a leg
told
or
the
two.
story about himself. Is that what I heard you say?
No, well, no. He actually made this tweet: "Happy Juneteenth! Today we celebrate emancipation, plus reflect on the long shadow of systemic racism in America." And then people blasted him. They went into his comments, and basically said, "Hey, how can you say something like that when you did what you did 10 years ago?"
Which is stupid because you can actually change your opinion in 10 years.
You definitely can.
Speaking of
change
which, I got a
lot
story
of things
about that.
into your sex and everything. In 10
Apparently, you
years.
can change your sex in 10 minutes. Apparently,
That's fast.
Just say it.
yeah, just say it.
You just tuck it under.
Let me see if
You
I
gotta
can
do that.
find. I had an article actually. It's kind of interesting if I can find the damn thing.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is. Where did my article go? Boy, I'm having a rough night.
Tight.
Rough day.
So it's a rough month.
Been crushing Terry at work. They've been keeping him busy.
Keeping me busy. Okay, so the story was, I don't remember what it was now. That's the way this damn day's been. Let me see if I can find it real quick in my notes.
I mean, if it's the one I sent you, I can tell you.
No, this was something totally different. Oh, here it is. I found it.
We're just finna get off on Butterbean.
We're going to go. He called us just in time.
Well, damn it.
We're
Maybe.
just gonna ask for a Butterbean video. Talk about how awesome
Hey,
that
so
dude
did you
was.
see
Golly.
Butterbean's fixed to fight again?
No, really.
It's got to be like 80.
How old is he?
He's pushed. I think he's late 50s. I got to look up and see who he's going to fight, but yeah, he's going to fight again. And Butterbean looks like, I mean, I feel like he looks like in good shape. He looks as good as he's always looked.
Man, Butterbean was crushing folks.
Dude, I saw him box live, and it sounded like somebody got hit with a bat when he hit somebody.
Okay, so check out this headline. A white nationalist took MDMA for a drug study, and afterwards he renounced his racist views. And after doing so, he says nothing matters without love. MDMA, isn't that the mushroom drug, the drug you get from the psychedelic mushroom?
MDMA is basically ecstasy.
Oh, is that what it is?
There you go.
Yeah, so he went and took that and then came out of it and decided he was no longer racist.
That's the book we keep our chemicals in at work.
He sweat all that mess out.
That's MSDS.
He saw things he had never seen before.
So, well, you know what? I mean, whatever it takes to find love.
Everybody needs love, right?
So he was a white.
Hey.
What is a white nationalist?
Well, he's portrayed in this story as a racist, though.
Because I would think a white nationalist would be different than a white supremacist.
So I got a buddy that traveled to a South American country.
I got a buddy that don't have a microphone to his face.
He traveled to a South American country with another friend of his that was a drug addict, like heavily into drugs, right? And they went down, and I don't even know what the herb is, drug, whatever you want to call it, they smoke or take down there with these people. But basically, it's like,
But was it peyote?
so they're witch doctors, kind of, but they're like Catholic
They're peyote.
in belief, and you use this drug. And you stay and you use it. It's almost like mushrooms. Like you go on these crazy trips and have all these spiritual interventions.
Yeah.
This guy's no longer a drug addict after doing that.
Real doing drugs clearly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that come back with PTSD are doing these same
wild.
type of trips, and they're really they're really helping. So,
I'm not an addict or have PTSD. I just like tripping.
On the same note, he knows another guy that went and did the same thing that suffered with PTSD, and he goes back a couple times a year. I think it's twice a year. Sees this doctor down there, and they run the trips, and basically he gets it out of his system, and he's fine the rest of the time.
Have you ever done?
That's awesome.
Man.
You ever
That
race
stuff. Some of that stuff works,
Maybe
man.
not.
I've never done a
It
drug.
didn't really do nothing
Never
for
done
me.
drug.
Really nothing.
What'd you try to do?
I was asking anybody y'all ever done eat mushrooms.
No, I ain't.
I had some shiitakes one time.
Them damn good too.
Like they taste horrible. and
Portobello.
I was told that they're not as effective if you're drinking, which is really hard to catch me not drinking. So,
No, you're
Very
immune. James is immune to mushrooms, guys.
but I mean, I felt something, but you know.
So let's talk a little bit about the big guy. So the little buddy of the big guy, you all ought to know who I'm talking about. These
Papa
days.
White.
He's
The little buddy of the big guy. You talking about Biden's penis?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Who's the little buddy?
That's
Hunter
his son,
Biden.
man.
Come on, man.
Okay. I didn't know his little buddy. I did not know that.
We are all a little officey, aren't we?
Oh, we are, but I did not. I knew the big guy was Biden. I didn't know the little buddy was.
So here, I'll play another.
Tonight,
That TikTok's actually different. It's like a full screen.
Crack is whack.
Crack is whack. That's Titanic wreck. We are. Look, our video guys off. Look,
Biden did a bunch of stuff.
Bye, Donnie.
He's go.
See you next week.
Yeah. All right,
Joe.
guys. I'm out.
guys, we're trying. We're struggling. We know it.
We are.
It's a bad week.
What's the freaking Biden son's name?
Okay,
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, he did a big line. He's going down there to save them people in the,
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Titanic or whatever.
after a 5-year investigation, the president's son, Hunter Biden, has reached a plea deal with federal prosecutors to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and likely avoid prison time.
I think I saw a
Prosecutors say
picture where he
Biden
looks
did
high.
not pay more than $100,000 in taxes on over $1.5 million in income.
Jamie,
in
you
both
going to jail
2017
if you don't pay
2018.
$100,000
And
taxes.
2 sources tell NBC News the prosecutor will recommend probation, while also agreeing not to prosecute Hunter Biden for illegally possessing a firearm, even though Biden knew he was barred from doing so because he was using drugs. Biden faced a maximum of 12 months behind bars for each tax charge and up to 10 years for owning the handgun.
I think what's fair
There's your white privilege.
is,
Yes,
you know,
that is
your
white
client
privilege.
gets on with his life.
Still, Republicans tonight are slamming the deal that comes just days after a special counsel's 37-count indictment against former President Trump for his handling of classified documents.
That's just some of it. I'm tired. I think that's a liberal outlet we're listening to. But really, I mean, this guy, if you want to talk about someone that's a criminal, Hunter Biden is a criminal, and there's so much evidence. And they'll end up putting Trump in jail, but he'll walk. He'll walk. I tell you what, the average person should be appalled by what occurred here. They should be appalled.
Agreed. But let's talk about something that you just kind of brushed through real quick. Do you think Biden will be found guilty? What is your opinion?
Trump, you mean?
I mean Trump. I'm sorry.
No.
I personally
know.
think he will be found guilty.
Depends on where it's held. If it's in where we think it'll be in New York State. I mean, he's now been charged.
Well, I don't think the
Florida.
one in New York's going to be the issue. It's going to be the one in
Georgia.
Miami.
If he is found guilty, they'll do it just to make it where he can't run again. They'll
Agreed,
drop
but
they'll
I
drop
agree with that.
everything.
Yeah.
There'll be zero punishment. He'll have a tag put on him, so
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
He'll have
that's
a
the
felon-
problem.
He'll have a felon.
They'll
tag.
push him into a position where either he'll have to potentially face life in prison or plead guilty and get off.
So
And where he can't run.
Yeah, then he can't run.
But the media will not even hold any of the Hunter Biden stuff against Joe, as he had launched. I think he had his first campaign kickoff in Philadelphia earlier this week. I'm sure that was about as much fun as barrel monkeys. But let's talk about Jamie's favorite candidate for a minute, RFK. And if you check us out on Live from the Patio on TikTok,
Hey,
we're
I
actually
don't
going
know
to
a
go
lot
live.
about this dude, but I think I like him.
Listen to Spotify.
You take the vaccine, you're 400% more likely to die of a cardiac arrest over the next 6 months than if you didn't. So that's not a good, a product. You wouldn't want to recommend that product, much less mandate it, and yet they did.
You were explaining to me more.
If you
So
take
YouTube is banning interviews with this guy. He's definitely a candidate for president. He, of course, has a lineage. He comes from he's a thoroughbred when it comes to the political landscape. He's got a bad voice. But if you're interested, that was from
Have
the
you
Joe
heard
Rogan
Biden
show.
speak?
Yeah, Joe Rogan did. I
No, that's
listened to the whole.
He got a good voice, bad mind.
I listened to the whole Joe Rogan interview of
I'm
RFK
about
Jr. and it's pretty stinking
2.5
good.
hours in,
It's
yeah.
pretty stinking good. They've actually challenged a vaccine. What do you call that guy? What's his Hotep?
I
Is
hate
his
to say
name?
vaccine believer, but
He's a proponent of vaccines.
so I'll say this. This is what I took from this video, that podcast that I found the most interesting. And let me say this. Everything he says isn't wild claims. He tells you the
Lots
studies.
of stats.
He backs it up.
Yes, he tells you the studies it was from, the stats. He tells you the information. And so the response a lot of people has been, well, he's just making or assumptions or he's making claims. He's not.
Go find out for yourself. He's telling you where to find
So
it.
no one will debate him. He's had several lined up. No one ever shows up.
Here's what that really stuck out to me. And I didn't know all this. So, they say they tell pregnant women don't eat tuna because of mercury in the fish.
Yep.
So there's two types of mercury. There's a mercury that they use in the, that's dark. Yeah. There's the mercury that's in the fish, which stays in your system for a long time. Mm-hmm. Then there's mercury that is used in vaccines. I didn't know that. So this mercury that's used
a different type of
it's
mercury.
a different type of mercury, and it left your body quicker than the mercury that's in fish. But they couldn't find out where the mercury was going.
They did find out, though.
Well, leading up to it, let's just build a story here.
Hey, don't step on it.
So they checked their urine, their blood, all this, couldn't find the mercury. Turns out that mercury goes through the blood-brain barrier, the barrier in your brain, and it gets in your
weakens the blood-brain barrier.
So it gets in your brain.
Medulla oblongata.
Yep, medulla oblongata.
Whatever
So that's
called.
so his point being was
I can't even correct you. I can't remember.
all these kids in the 80s and 90s that now you have one out of every
Autism?
35 kids have autism.
Autism, they think. Yeah,
didn't know
it's
that.
really wild.
ADD, allergies, all this.
OPP.
You know, I
OPP?
think I may have mentioned the other day about
down with
Roundup,
OPP?
about AZT. I mean, he really has a lot of information, and it was a really interesting listen, I got to say. Now, I got an interesting story. AI can determine someone's political ideology with 60% accuracy with just a camera. You want to know how?
That's really not that great. That's just pretty much a guess.
You know, no, you
I was
know
gonna say
what? No,
it's
it's
50-50.
Yeah, I mean,
it's greater than
60,
50-50.
It's slightly better than 50-50.
I mean, dang, you do enough people, you're bound to get it right.
But check this out. So, you know, Republicans are hotter and look happier than anybody on the left. I think you've said that before, Jamie.
or hotter, like better looking.
Yeah, they're better looking.
Republican women are way better looking than Democratic
and they're happier. I mean,
and I don't want to say that
This come from
is a
TikTok.
entirety,
Yeah, that's probably not entirely true,
but is a. We're using just a broad stroke brush here. I mean,
send us pictures.
the people on the
Well,
right
aside.
tend to look happier. The women look more attractive.
less
Liberals they
less
found
short
to
blue
have
hair.
more neutral face expressions, even in the campaign photos. Study titled
Less
"The Right
beards.
less beards.
Look." That's it.
Yes, I mean, I call me old fashioned. I like my women to be women. That's me.
Call me old fashioned.
Speaking of that,
do you like
and
your
look,
men to be?
we're not going. Remember, we were going
Men.
to stay away from it as much as we can. Speaking of which, so your buddy Elon, though, he came out. He said the word. We've been
He came out,
not quite.
dude. That was fixing to be breaking news on Life on the Patio.
He's
no,
alone
No,
in.
he's probably non-binary, but he says
Probably
and
a cyborg.
We've been talking about this for a while. This really gets Gary's going, so I
That's
hate Gary's not
Zuckerberg.
here for it. The word cis and cisgender are considered slurs on Twitter.
I saw this. I love it.
He said activists use the words to describe non-transgender people, with polls showing majority agrees that these are slurs, that this is dumb. It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Look, it's a made up word. I hate it.
Well, why do you call regular people cisc?
Whoa,
cis.
whoa. Are you assuming that regular people means people?
Well,
that
isn't
are,
that what they're saying?
yes?
Cis.
I mean,
So have y'all heard about the Webster Dictionary's definition of lesbian and gay now?
no.
So the definition, this according to I think it's Webster. I think it's Webster. they're Mayo Clinic anyway. So the new definition of gay is a man. No, I'm sorry. Let me go backtrack. Lesbian definition is someone. Oh God, I gotta remember someone who is sexually attracted to a non-woman.
What?
Or I'm sorry, a non-man. Someone who's attracted to a non-man. So they've taken women completely out of the phrase.
That's weird.
But meanwhile, the gay is men are attracted to men. So they completely remove women from both definitions. But now there's a new
Wonder
term.
what the definition for non-man is.
Someone. Oh,
Everything other than.
Yes. So now though they have a thing that just came out called a gynosexual.
Oh wow.
Come on, man.
That sounds interesting. Do tell.
That is someone who's attracted to feminine people.
I thought it was when two gynecologists liked each other.
So that means all
didn't know.
heterosexual males are gyno.
That's exactly that's exactly what they're trying to do.
But they're not homosexual.
They're making up words now to make us a different group, so they can say, "Well, say you're a gynosexual, so it's fine if you don't like a trans woman." I want my arm.
Keep your hand over there.
All right. So look,
everybody thinks we're in different rooms till now.
Yeah, till now they did. So look, I hope that I find an accounting error like the Pentagon did. Did y'all hear about their accounting error they found?
I need that kind of accounting error.
The Pentagon made an accounting error that provides an extra $6.2 billion to the Ukraine.
Well, we ain't got to give it to them.
How you going to miscount 6.2 million? Oh yeah, that's what they say. That's why.
I mean, just because you find, like, oh my bad, we didn't send this. You can say my bad, we're gonna keep it.
Hey, I think we also had a counting error not too long ago, right?
We did. They misplaced. What was that?
6.2 billion votes.
That's a lot of votes.
Oh boy,
that's how many Biden had with 6.2 billion votes.
Yeah.
What was it? 2 years ago?
Gigawatts. I want to 1.21 gigavotes. That's what I think Trump ought to get the next one. Like gigawatts, you know.
Yeah. Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. That was a great movie.
A school that allowed this. I've been thinking this stuff about litter boxes in schools is bull crap. But apparently in the UK, a school allowed a child to identify as a cat, and faces a government investigation. Not only did that, when someone refused to accept their classmate was a cat, the teacher said that person was despicable.
You know what I do? If somebody told me there was a cat, I'd roll up a newspaper and hit them. Spray them a bottle of water or something.
So you can be anything you want, huh?
You can say it. I don't know. I'm confused.
But you know what? If you say you're a trans race, that makes them mad.
You can't do that. You can say that you're anything you want to be until you say something that they disagree with.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Soft folks, man. Hold on. All the soft people are going to find out we're going to have really hard times soon because you're really soft. So good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You know, one of my favorite things on TikTok, YouTube is that you see this a lot. A lot of the hardcore progressives that are like, I'm getting ready for the Civil War. I saw this one guy, he was getting ready for combat. He said he was trying to pick his outfit out, what he wanted to wear.
Well, we can't.
He said if we're battling, if we're having a battle at Pearl Harbor, I'll have this blue tank top and these camouflage pants because you have to have camouflage.
All right, let's talk about another species. Giant African land snail spotted in Florida as the county is under quarantine. Let's just put a picture up of this damn.
That joker done slipped all the way across the ocean.
Well, I mean, it's like, look at that thing.
Well, I mean,
It don't look too big.
No, don't.
Oh, that's a hand. I thought that was an arm. I thought that was a giant.
Really
that would be a massive one.
Well, that's why I was scared of it. I thought that joker was huge. That
Well, you
thing
know, this
ain't
is
meant
kind
big.
of like this. Is
I
kinda
thought it was
like,
an arm.
You did okay. Good. See, me and Marty, we
Ain't
over
that a
now.
shoulder?
No,
it's
that's
a finger.
definitely
What, you think
too
this
big.
thing-
All right, how
we
you
got the little
going?
rubber
Look, the
gloves
only
on.
reason I brought this up because I thought dude was holding a snail in his arm.
He's holding it in his arm attached to his hand. It's little.
Well, y'all think this dude's laying on his back holding this thing?
No, it looked like he'd hold it like a baby. Like,
Look, he got his rubber gloves on.
He said, "I thought that was his arm."
why
Dude,
you, all right, now that one's big. Now,
All right,
come
that's a
on.
big old
That's a
snail
big
right
snail.
there.
Big snail.
It still ain't holding in their arm, but
About the size of an apple.
that's a big snail.
so we've been invaded by pythons, giant African land snails.
Hey, we got run snails though. They slow.
I love the faith you have in me.
What is it? It's dang, what's freaking dude's name? I love him. I know y'all can't be in my mind. He talks about picking up a
We
snail
try.
and moving it, and he'd be like, "You just help the snail move like a week ahead in his life."
I do vaguely recall.
I
Such a
have
statement.
no idea what you're talking
Crap, I love the guy, man.
about. I forget everybody I love, Donnie. Don't feel bad.
I'm gonna look him up just because
All right.
he's important.
Job seeker claims she's never been so disrespected after she applied for a job and they asked her to come in for an in-person interview. That's about how I feel too.
Yeah.
So-
can't say nothing about that.
So I saw a lady shoplifting on TikTok. There's a video of a woman shoplifting. And I think what stores are going to have to start doing is not allowing people in with masks on.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, because that's what all these people shoplift if you wear a mask. Are y'all still weirded out when you go somewhere and see somebody in a mask?
I don't care.
I do.
I don't
care.
I don't care, but I'm like, whoa, that dude got a mask on.
It makes me question their intelligence.
People drive down the
Theo
road by
Vaughn.
themselves.
Theo Vaughn.
Dude,
How did we not?
I don't
pick
know
up
how.
on
I don't know how you
Theo
did-
Vaughn.
All right, this next story. Go ahead, Jamie.
I saw a dude swimming,
Great
but I just said personally, I saw a video of a guy swimming to the beach with a mask on.
So I saw plenty of people.
Isn't that like waterboarding yourself?
He would come out and go,
No, they done gave damn COVID to sharks.
So when
that's
we were
right. Maybe that's why
flying,
they want to attack somebody. He
I
COVID
saw
brain.
people of every race still flying with masks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Race don't make you stupid or not stupid. It's
no,
just,
I'm just saying, like all demographics, male, female, every type, flying with a mask.
This next story, Jamie sent it to me late, and it may be the best one we've talked about in a while. So brace yourself, folks. If you're a gambler, we got some great news for you.
great news, gamblers.
It's already going to hell. They are now, because now
crap.
you can bet on the Special Olympics.
Oh, wait.
I think a sick part of us has always joked about this, but looking at it in front of me, this just looks wrong. So if you've ever wanted to put a 16-to-1 lottery ticket on Bobby Hill to win bench pressing, you can now.
Look, okay.
That being said, Team USA 2-to-1 to win the most gold
Hey,
medals.
that's
Who's
pretty
riding?
solid.
When
What
the
I-
fuck did we get ice cream?
If gamblers aren't already
So what I do know, and God, I'm gonna take heat for this.
Oh man,
You laughed hysterically about the
I'm
poor
not
lady
laughing.
getting run over
In the
by a
weightlifting
guy.
competitions, anybody with extra
No, don't
chromosomes,
say it. Don't
I
say
put my
it.
money on. That's what I
Don't
put
you
my
think they
money
all
on.
got
No,
that?
I'm
though?
not.
Hey,
No, not
No,
all
I'm
of
not
them.
laughing.
Dude, that's strong,
But
man.
look, you can legally bet on anything now.
I love it. Look, first of all, have y'all watched the Special Olympics?
I can honestly say no.
Have you not? I have. It's entertaining. I mean, they're.
Oh, I'm sure
Now,
it is.
let me say this. Some of it's entertaining. Some of it is like almost morbid. But for the most part, it's real. I mean, they're top
What
athletes.
makes it morbid?
I think it covers a lot of different spectrums. Like, no, I'm not
Well-
spectrums. That's a bad word. But it covers a lot of different like variations of special needs,
Handicaps.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, but like there's, I saw a dude that was bowling that had no arms and no legs, and he's sitting there with the little ramp, just hit it with his chin. I'm like, you're just kind of.
Wheelchair basketball. I don't know if they got that
wheel-
Special
the
Olympics.
wheelchair
Oh,
basketball is-
good Lord.
Well, I'm
That
not talking about that. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
if you're just literally like somebody's lining the little thing up for
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Now, I mean, if you're at least lining it up for yourself,
look.
that's a little different. But if you're just knocking it off with your chin, you really ain't doing a whole lot.
Let me tell y'all.
Exactly.
Let me tell y'all a story about some handicapped folk playing sports. We were at a golf tournament one time in Blytheville.
You talking about playing with us?
No, it was JD and Marty. So who was I playing with?
Oh,
Andy.
same thing.
Who was I playing with? Was it Andy? Me and Andy. So JD and Marty were playing, and they got paired with this guy who he was basically strapped into his cart, and he would flip it out.
You told us about that. Yeah.
And so no, here's the bad part.
What's
so
he
we
flipping out,
started. He moves his body out there and he hits. The ball.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
So look,
just flipped it out.
we finished. We start like 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Almost everybody's done. Hour and a half later, here come Marty and JD. But in front of them was the handicapped guy. He was pissed off because they got so drunk and slowed him down for the whole term. They said those guys.
Y'all gotta slow down the dude.
That's what they said. This dude was red faced. He come in. He goes, boy, them guys. They started drinking and wouldn't stop drinking, and said they had us slowed down for 2 hours. I'm thinking, oh my god.
Hey, you know, JD.
He knows I'm telling the truth.
That was a lie.
But it happened. You know it happened.
No, he said that, but
He
it was
did
a
say
lie.
that.
slow down a man in a wheelchair.
My boy JD
Yes.
can't eat a bowl of cereal out his chest.
Hey,
He said
dude
that
had a
before.
thing that on his putter that stuck his tea in the ground.
Really?
That's what I'm
He
talking
just
about.
turned around. pfft.
Oh, that dude was mad.
I
And
mean,
we
not
all
butter,
thought,
a
look,
driver.
nobody
I
else,
wanted you
I was gonna say he must be a bad mother.
nobody at the clubhouse was mad because we knew who they were playing with. But when that dude rolled in and turned the tables on me, and look, we all know how JD and Marty can get.
Oh,
Marty,
man.
did you take your shoes off?
I imagine so.
Marty takes his shoes off when he's golfing. He's in a bad way.
He didn't even wear them the other day, did he?
He
Hey,
knew.
so
he
what-
knew where he was
did,
headed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Hey,
wore
what
them
we need to
fancy
do-
shoes.
Special Olympics. Will they have? We need to get together, do some.
What are we doing?
I feel like there's some bowls, but we need to get together, do some polls, like
It's some balls.
set some boards up and bet on. 'em.
I'm out. I can't do that.
Marty ain't
Why?
even in on that.
You do it online.
There's plenty of stuff to bet on.
You do it on like
Yeah, that's
DraftKings
right.
or something.
I respect that. More.
There's plenty of stuff to bet on.
All right, look, y'all. I think we've screwed this
It
up
ain't like they're
enough tonight.
betting on the fall or nothing. You're betting on who's winning.
All right. What's y'all's parting words? Let's start with Fortenberry, you last.
All right.
Marty Mar, what's your parting words?
I ain't got nothing to say right now.
D-Dub.
I think we need to let these two go in the pool and fight it out in a minute.
James.
Hey, this show was terrible. It's terrible, and I already fucking worse than y'all seeing. But you know what? I'll be at the beach next week getting drunk.
You kind of look like an Eskimo.
Gonna get drunk.
Look, go like us, love us, follow us, find us on Facebook. We had a lot of views that night.
Thanks for watching.
We're going live here in a minute, so check us out. All right, that'll be last night. We get kicked off every time.
How long?
Come see us.